is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
Hey gamer, I just played 40-ish hours of a game that I don't think is very good, and I want to talk about it. Ubisoft, as a company, is very close to my heart because they have made a lot of games I really like. But saying that, I don't come to their games for some 10 out of 10 narrative or gameplay masterpiece that elevates the standards of the gaming industry. My dumbass just wants a dumbass game that is fun for the duration of my playtime and leaves me saying, that was pretty good. I probably won't play it again in my 77 years of life on this earth, but at least my life force I put into it was respected. Now you can probably guess by the title of this video, I don't think Assassin's Creed Shadows respected my 40 hours of life force I gave it. From all the AC games or Ubisoft games I have played, there is a trend. Either sometimes the story is really good, but even if it sucks, Ubisoft's characters usually make up for it, or the story and characters are bad and the gameplay makes up for it. I believe Shadows falls into its own camp. The gameplay has been the same for the past 8 years, but now they added some tweaks and new animations, while the story and characters put me to sleep. So it doesn't do either very well. Now, this is not a full review, just my main complaints that made me the most frustrated while playing. So let's talk about it. To say the internet's reaction to Yasuke was indifferent would be an absolute understatement.
Good morning, ma'am. And isn't it a lovely morning?
Whoa. We get it. Twitter was a war zone. But for me, when I saw the first couple rumors about Yasuke, I was cautiously optimistic. But all my excitement faded when I heard this said in one of their reveal trailers.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it's the perfect fit because he's discovering Japan and you are discovering Japan also.
Let's get this straight. I don't hate Yasuke because he's black. Trust me, I used to live near Howell, Michigan. They tried getting me, but I didn't let them. I'm not a fan of him because I don't think we need surrogate foreign characters in media anymore. Back in the day, they would do this all the time. Was your movie set outside America? Throw a white guy in it. To me, it just feels like Ubisoft doesn't think their players can handle running around ancient Japan without a fellow foreigner discovering stuff for them. As an average American man, I watch media and play video games to try to escape my hellhole that is the Midwest by pretending I'm someone and somewhere else. This is called escapism. But with Yasuke, I'm basically playing myself, a foreigner everywhere I go. Okay, I'll give Ubisoft a pass. If they really want to use the fish out of water trope and have Yasuke learn about Japan, then they can at least make it really interesting, right? Throughout the game, Yasuke talks about his education of Japan, but we are shown basically nothing of him learning anything besides on how to fight and calligraphy, which are not really the most exciting things to learn. Okay, there has to be some more Japanese exclusive things he does during the game, right? Yasuke has too many games of kata, or practicing his sword skills, and horse archery. Very distinct and unique activities only found in Japan. But honestly, the funniest part of all this is that the writers for this game completely forgot halfway through they were writing a foreign main character. Yasuke literally pulls up to Japan, can speak the language flawlessly, knows all formal etiquette, and has absolutely zero problems adapting to this new land that any foreigner would struggle doing. He's basically a melanated Japanese guy, which is just so lame. Even if surrogate foreign characters aren't my favorite thing, they took possibly an interesting character and a way for people to learn about Japan and just made him an average samurai dude. At that point, just let me make my own character.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the up.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care.
The second main character is Naoe, a shinobi from the Ida clan who is on a revenge arc to find and kill a mysterious group of people who killed her father. Okay. As the designated local between the two leads, what does Naoe do that shows an interesting insight on Japanese culture, and what struggles does she face that makes her and her story worthy of me caring? Well, she plays an ancient Chinese flute. That's kinda cool. She learns and goes to a authentic tea ceremony. Yeah, I got nothing. There is nothing for me to emotionally grab onto with Naoe because I'm not given a good enough reason to care about her struggles, like at all. It also doesn't help that her voice acting, her writing, and especially the facial animations are a complete downgrade from literally every other Ubisoft game. Dude, I swear, I must have missed something. It opens fine with Naoe being sad her father died, but the only other moments I can think of when she isn't in her normal killing everybody mode is when she's lied to by Mitsuhide and the drinking party with Yasuke. I even did one of her romances and felt absolutely nothing for the chemistry between them. Are there more quests that gives her more layers besides just being a killer? I did everything needed for the epilogue ending. If there are more quests that flesh her out, why are they not mandatory? For a second, let's quickly look at Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins, who has a very similar story to Naoe. They both lose the person that they care most about and go on a quest for revenge to kill those responsible. But where Bayek's journey is different and overall better is that he gives the player such a wide range of emotions and struggles for me to latch onto.
You are the Magi from Siwa. I thought Magi was supposed to protect the Pharaoh. I am Magi to no Pharaoh. You see this? I can read my own name, Nat! We will find you. We will find you in your sleep! Sleep? I never sleep. I just wait in the shadows, and I will kill you all! Everyone who sniffed the air that day in Siwa!
I said, look at me! I'm going to stick your head on an Egan spear. So until the crows take your eyes, you can see the pain you've left in your wake.
Stop!
Stay out of it, Junjiro.
No, you don't understand.
He killed Egans, my family. He's a monster.
Now believe me, I could go on and on about Origin's problems, but Bayek and the voice actor's performance made me feel like I knew him and his story personally. He gets very angry and emotional when it comes to his son's death. He has this baddie of a wife, but they separate because building the assassin order just draws them away from each other. He's a really good person who will stop everything to help those in need. And finally, we see him make mistakes that have real costs and consequences on his quest for vengeance. But Naoe feels like just a vehicle for the player to do cool backflips and to kill hundreds of men. Side note, if you didn't know, Naoe's story doesn't have an ending. It just abruptly ends and will be finished in the next DLC. So Yasuke has a better story by default because it's completed and feels kind of earned once you know what his motivations are, which you learn like 35 hours in, but that's an entirely different problem.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody.
The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows may be one of the most beautiful looking games I have ever laid my eyes on, and with the changing seasons, makes it feel truly next gen. But Assassin's Creed Shadows having this massive and beautiful game world, Ubisoft really missed such an easy slam dunk to flesh out this world and its characters by deciding to make a huge part of the game exploring and praying at these shrines, but never elaborating on why or what you are doing, without having to rely on walls of text in the codex. Prime example, there are these small shrines you can stop at and place an egg for 50 XP. Why not, you know, explain what all the praying and egg placing is about, huh? You could have the two characters explain from their own point of view and teach the player something. The only time I can think when the game explains the shrines is in a mission where Yasuke makes an offhanded comment about kami, Japanese spirits. But if you don't know what that is, how are you supposed to know what the hell is going on? Open world games have been doing this for over a decade. You could have the dumbest collectible or activity imaginable, but the main characters would talk about it while explaining their own thoughts and viewpoint, making it more worth your time than just number go up. What makes it really disappointing is that with how one-dimensional the main characters are, hearing them express their feelings on shrines and the open world would go a long way to flesh them out.
Why?
So one of my good buddies is a huge RPG Assassin's Creed fan because, bless his heart, when he comes home from work, 40 in hand, he sits down on the couch, relaxes by knocking out some outposts and side quests. He works in IT, thank God he's not a furry. He does like K-pop, which isn't any better, but he's a huge fan of the RPG games. Literally Ubisoft's target audience for Shadows. He didn't want to pay $70 for a game that the only new features were the graphics, a better base builder than Valhalla, and some minor changes to the combat and stealth. Because of that, he passed on it. How do you fumble this hard with your core audience? Here's a question. What is AC Shadows' main selling point from the other RPG games? Origins was a new spin on an old franchise with a very good protagonist. Odyssey went heavy on the RPG elements, with choices that affected the story and different endings. Valhalla was a Viking simulator where you built a stronghold and went on raids on monasteries. What makes Shadows unique? The RPG elements like choices mattering and multiple endings are gone. The eagle is gone. And now let's be honest for a second. The only reason they got rid of it was to make us take longer finding those stupid scrolls at the shrines. Raids or battles of any kind are gone. The mercenary system is gone. The ability to do everything as one character and switch between stealth and open combat on a whim is gone. Was everything I just mentioned a good enough sacrifice for the better graphics, the seasons changing, and an open world structure that sucks? Assassin's Creed Shadows is just not a good sell and wasn't worth the money I spent on it. Just go back and play the other amazing open world games from the past decade or the other RPG games. Ubisoft and all other game devs need to realize it's not 2008 anymore. When someone gets bored of the game they are playing, they don't just push through because it's the only game they have, they close it and play Fortnite. Games need to have a strong identity and something, be it gameplay or visually, that makes them unique, which Ubisoft was doing back in the day, but haven't been doing recently because it feels like they want every game to be a variant of Far Cry or Destiny. Hey, thank you for watching my video. Were my critiques of Assassin's Creed Shadows valid? Did you buy the game? Am I going to get canceled for my stupid Kirito joke that I made? I sure hope not. Either way, hope you have a great one. Later.